Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are currently invading New Zealand, and it's going surprisingly well, all things considered. So we're currently working on stack wiping these guys, and that should be done very quickly, but it looks like we probably finished up coring, didn't we? I'm willing to bet we did. Yes, okay. So we'll just continue to work on these two at a time. That seems absolutely fine for now. And we'll get some war propaganda and exhorting heroism. That will be perfect. Do we have any additional projects to do here? No. Okay. So that's fine. We're going to continue to push our way through New Zealand. I expect possible issues at this strait crossing. We shall see. But we're just making our way northward for now, and we should have no problem whatsoever stack wiping this. Yeah, there goes one. And two. So that's done at this point. And that's our backline cleaned up. So they have a unit here. That's understood. We're currently losing this engagement, but we've got another unit on the way in, and we've got more on the way beyond that. So this is fine. We've taken Christchurch at this point, which gives us an additional level 1 naval base, which I'm going to go ahead and upgrade. There we go. And just checking in here, yeah, this seems fine. I'm not sure what level of railway this is, but we'll check on that in a moment. Okay, so that all looks absolutely wonderful. We'll check on that once that has been swapped over. Okay, so they're just taking this position, then. Launch an attack here. This seems fine. Not sure what the southern island of New Zealand is called, but we almost have it. So that's absolutely wonderful. I don't know why you're attacking here. You have no organization. Don't bother. We can, however, have these guys assist the attack, and he instantly retreats when that happens, so that looks good. That means we have the entire South Island here, and there's just this one unit in Wellington. And he's attacking. Get him out of here. We're struggling to push this, but we need to keep the pressure on here. If there's only this one unit, we can push across this. Continue to attack. 12 days, we can keep up that pressure, I think. Okay, I want to check in on the status of our railway down over here. So level 5? Okay, sounds good. We should probably run a line of rail up to here. Unless they reinforce this, I don't expect this to be a particularly, and they might have additional units up here. I don't expect this to be a particularly protracted siege of Wellington. Okay, assist the attack. We're currently winning. 2 days. We're now losing because these guys decided to stop attacking. Get in there. We got it. Okay, we made it across the strait. That's a very big deal. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do an offensive line, which is literally just pushing up and taking Auckland. So I'm wondering if this is going to fill in over on the other side of the island. Wow, that's a very direct line. I didn't spearhead this. That's kind of insane that there's no fill-in back over here, but okay. So with this under control, that's a level 2 naval base, and we are, of course, going to need a rail connection right across here. Perfect. And then we'll get that upgraded, and we'll start working on another 8 levels of naval base there. We should also probably get some... Oh, there is 7 levels of land fort there. That explains why we had such a hard time pushing out this singular unit. That's fine, then. I want you to actually angle for an encirclement here. But I don't know that you're going to get there in time. In fact, I'm pretty sure you're not. Is this a supply hub up here? It is. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Actually, they did get there in time. So that's great. That is potentially every unit on New Zealand. We don't know about any others. That might be all of them. Well, let's just continue to push forward. And I want one of these units. Okay, you are heading over there. Perfect. Let's continue heading forward, taking New Zealand territory. This is pretty free at this point. I want to check in over this direction. This invasion is complete. And we should just not have this assigned anymore. There we go. So we'll get rid of that for now. And the question is, where are these going to invade next? Well, we're not at war with Tahiti. So we would need to have this army think about doing a naval invasion somewhere out like this direction, but we're not at war with these guys either. So it would need to be like out over this direction. Like that. We can start planning for that naval invasion. I don't know if we have the naval coverage. Yeah, we'd have to have naval coverage in Eastern Micronesia, which we'll have pretty soon, I feel like. So that's fine. We'll just prep it for the moment. These guys can launch their invasion. That looks good. And then these up over here are not ready to launch theirs yet. Okay. I want to check in up over here. Looks like this failed. Okay. So I'm going to select these guys. We're going to reassign them. And I'm going to grab these guys as well. And I don't actually want these to launch their attacks. Just prep them. Okay, so that's underway at this point. We'll continue trying on that. But I'm noticing we're winning this battle, although not for a while. And then this battle over here, we're making some progress. Interesting. Did we finish our supply hub here? We did. Okay, so that's a big part of what's happening there. So that sounds good. We're going to continue to push in over this direction. Widening this front is very good for us. So continuing that attack is absolutely wonderful. This down here is now finished. We need to attack here. The question is, do we want to wait until we have a source of supply? That's probably smart. Unless we think we can win this very quickly without needing to build a source of supply. Let's launch an attack. Less than a day. It is going pretty well. Okay, so New Zealand just capitulated. We're not surprised by that at all. These guys are going to need to start planning a naval invasion, and that will be from Auckland over to somewhere out over here. Honestly, we're not at war with this. I think we're at war with these guys. Right? We're at war with the Melanesian Federation? They're part of Great Britain. No, we're not. Okay, so we're not at war with them. So we don't need that invasion. We are at war up over here. So we may want to fully relocate this army, and that's going to end up being like up over this direction, and we can plot an invasion of Truk up here. So right up over here, but there's a bunch of little islands here that we're going to have to hop to. So for now, that seems fine. Now, the question is, are we winning this? And the answer is yes, distinctly. So I'm going to cancel these naval bases, not all constructions, just these naval bases. And I'm going to cancel these land forts as well. We won that attack, which means that we are going to have access to this naval base. They're trying to attack us. This is foolish, of course. We're going to immediately counterattack them, and they're stack wiped. So that's excellent. That now means that this area is complete. We no longer need to have this naval force here, which means we can send it to Eastern Micronesia. Fantastic. Okay, so that's all looking good there. We just need to get this last little area here. There we go. And we could start planning a naval invasion here, which I think we probably should. Is this going to cross over into here? It might. It very well might. I don't think it is, though. Okay, so that looks fine for the time being. This over here, we're still struggling a little bit to get supplies down here, and hopefully this naval base will get leveled up soon enough. How are we doing on that anyway? Are we not working on this? We're not working on this. That would help matters. Okay, let's do that. So that looks good at this point. And the question then becomes, what else do we have to naval invade? At this point, I think we're mostly prepping. And these are pretty slow preps. That's fine. I'm not actually that concerned about it, because we're prepping a bunch of them at the same time, right? So this one's actually just about ready to go. We've got 4 days on that, so that looks good. No problem there. How are things looking down over this direction? Actually, they're getting really low on supplies over here. I think we're finally about ready to push through this at long last. How are things looking up here, though? After the autosave, we'll find out. There we go. Well, I mean, we're just kind of chilling. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so there's not a lot going on up over here at this moment. One thing we might want to consider doing is getting some... Where are our planes up here? I know we have planes in this area, or we did have planes in this area. Okay, so these are currently set to Naval Strike and Port Strike. We want to change these to probably Strategic Bombing right up over here in Gotland. We don't want to base them there. No. But we can definitely be up over here and be working on this. So we require more supply in the strategic region, apparently. And there's an air wing with no region assigned. Sure. But we should now be working on doing some bombing here, in theory. And hopefully working up some damage to these land forts. Softening up their defenses. That would be nice. I'm not sure if that's actually happening. We should probably read what this does. Bomb enemy buildings, infrastructure, and industry. Okay. And this is in the lower Baltic Sea right now. We can assign it here, or we can assign it here. This is part of the lower Baltic Sea. So that seems absolutely fine. We're not going to do close air support here. We don't have any close air support to do. But we can think about running raids if we really wanted to. Although, I'm not seeing the button here for raids. But I think we can still do air bombing raids. Does that button not do anything? Click to show air raid and click to hide air raid. Okay, but we could plan a nuclear strike here. It'll do damage to our own guys, probably. But we could plan that. For the time being, I'll leave that be. We will resort to that if we need to. We've got other things we need to take over for right now. So that seems absolutely fine. This unit out over here should be about ready to launch their attack. In fact, they are ready. And we're just going to go see if there's any defenses out over here. I don't expect defenses here, but there might be some here. Yeah, there are some here, but there are not any here. Okay, so this is under our control now. Let's go in. Okay, we're going to dig in then. So we'll put in some land forts and some naval bases. We'll just need to get that going. We'll get that attack finished off soon enough. So we managed to get a land hold there, but we'll see if we manage to get anything else done over that direction. Now, this one's only 4 divisions, right? That should be about ready to go. In fact, it is. So we're going to head on over. This is a naval base, and it's likely that they probably have defenses here. I'm going to grab these guys, and we're going to start planning a naval invasion up over to here, in case this one fails. So that seems fine. Yeah, this is likely going to fail. They've got coastal forts there. I don't... Actually, we're winning it. Surprising. So we won that.
Hey, come on.
Okay, that's the path that we would end up taking? Sure. So that's fine. I'm going to remove these guys here, and we're instead going to assign them to the front that is over here, theoretically. I don't know if we can create one. Yes, we did. Okay,
Hey,
cool.
come on.
And then these guys, of course, they're just going to also be assigned to this front. And their goal is going to be to continue to push back this unit for right now. So we're in Cebu at this moment. The Philippines just capitulated. That's mildly surprising. Interesting. It must be because we took Cebu. Because we did not push forward here. But that's everything under our control over on the main Philippines island. So that looks absolutely wonderful. These guys, they're just going to chill here until that naval base is completed. And that'll be done in 5 days. So that seems good, unless they attack us and delay it, which could be problematic. So I want these guys to just continue to press forward like this. I don't think we'll have any serious problems with taking this territory. I think this is the only unit that's here. So if that's the case, that's absolutely fine. Pushing across this strait could be a bit difficult, but no, we made it. No problem. And I want these guys to just walk right here. Cool. So these are going to stack wipe very, very quickly indeed. There we go. And that's fully under our control. So the Philippines is now done. And the question is, who's left? Well, there's not many. I'm just waiting for us to grab this last location. There we go. So there's not many enemies left at this point. We've got 4, to be precise. Guinea-Bissau, Democratic Republic of Cabo Verde, the Greater Pohnpei Union State, and the Communist States of America. Those are who is left. The Communist States of America don't have much left. So, let's take a look here. Guinea-Bissau is here. Right. The intention here is for these guys to actually succeed this invasion and then invade here, here, then down here. So that would be theoretically fine. And that might cause the Communist States of America to capitulate as well. Who controls this? American Portugal. Okay, whatever. That's fine. This is the Communist States of America here, and that might cause them to capitulate. So that is definitely good to know. I want to grab an army that is currently idle. So I want to grab, like, yeah, something like these guys over here, including that infantry division, just everyone in this army. I want them to come down this direction, and we can start thinking about a naval invasion down here. And that will be, and really we don't need this to be 24 units, do we? No, we really don't. I'm going to have this be just 4.
Hey, come on.
Because it plans so much faster. So they're going to come on down over here and get going on that. And from there, we can start leapfrogging down this direction, I think. We do have naval support there, so that looks fine. Okay, who else do we have here? Democratic Republic of Cabo Verde. That would be these guys. Okay, that's fine. No problem. Greater Pohnpei Union State. These guys are out over here, and we're currently working on them. So that shouldn't be a big deal. We do have this naval base here now. So I'm going to set our offensive line here to be up here, and we can go ahead and execute that whenever we feel like we're prepared. But we're still working on resupplying these guys, so that's absolutely okay. We can continue to dig in if we need to. I'm not in a rush on that one. So out over this direction, then, we just have, yeah, those 4. So we're very, very close to wrapping up this war. Very close indeed. So that looks good. But these guys, how long is it going to take for that? 21 days. Okay. We're up to 14% war support, by the way. So that's pretty neat. And of course, there's still Visby here, which is the capital of the Communist States of America, by the way. I'm pretty sure. No, this is actually Sweden. Okay. I thought that was the same color, but no, it's not. That's absolutely fine. I like how we've, like, single-handedly defeated the entire world, and yet only 14% of our population is like, you know, I can get behind this. I have a sneaking suspicion I know why. I know exactly why. The answer is this number. It's kind of high. We may have killed 120 million of our own people, but it's in the name of capitalism. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So we're continuing to press across over here, and this is looking increasingly likely, like we're going to be able to push across here quite soon. It's taken us a very long time to whittle down their equipment, and it's because of the land forts that are here. But we are making progress. Slow progress. One thing we could consider doing is a naval invasion here and here. I don't know if they have units here. We know they used to have units here. So if we were to grab, say, these guys and plan a naval invasion from here to here, that might be an interesting thing to do. Like I said, I know they used to have forces here, but I don't see any currently. What's our naval situation there? We've kind of moved on from this area. So we would have to pull a unit, but this one would be fine to pull. So we can do absolutely that. What did we just do? No. Stop that movement. I believe I just ordered a movement incorrectly. Stay. Okay. Get back to the naval base. I don't know who's assigned to all of this, but we need to be patrolling out over here. You're currently repairing in Bismarck. That's fine. Actually, yeah, go ahead and abort that task. Apparently, it's also patrolling all of this. So, there's that. Well, we shouldn't need anything in the Philippine Sea at this point, and we shouldn't need anything here either. So, at this point, we've got the Bismarck Sea, which we do need control over, and then we've got the Straits of Malacca, which we just need to pop into every now and then. That should be absolutely fine. Okay, so that seems good, and we are busily working on this attack on Yap out over here, so that's absolutely fine. We are going to launch this invasion eventually, but that's going to take a while to prepare, I believe. Actually, that's pretty close, about 40 days. Interesting. We're currently winning this attack, by the way. Okay, now we're not. Okay, now we are. We're making our way through their morale pretty heavily at this point, actually. This is looking good. I think we're going to get this taken over. Commit to it. They're reinforcing from behind. Yeah, they're definitely reinforcing from behind. But that morale is getting chunked through. Their average morale is dropping. I think we are going to get that, but it's going to take a little while. So that's okay for now. I want to check in out over here. So we know that they have a unit here, but it has absolutely nothing. So launch this. We're going to be waiting, of course, until our Navy arrives here. And we actually only have 22% naval supremacy here, which is mildly surprising. But we can grab our fleet here, make a new fleet, and have it come over and do naval invasion support just down over here. It'll arrive eventually, and that will help matters. But yeah, these guys are very worn down at this point, and basically any change of the status quo there will likely make that be a thing. So that seems good. This attack out over here is close to being runnable. This one is also close to being runnable, so that looks good. I'm assuming this one is probably runnable. I don't know what's out here. So we'll find out. Do they have defenses? Maybe. Looks like no. They don't have anyone manning these defenses. Okay, so that was just free. Beautiful.
God.
We're going to delete this naval invasion, and we're going to run another naval invasion down to here. They might have defenses there. So that's understood. We're going to need to do some naval invasion support down over here. No problem there.
Hey, come on.
And we'll have these guys launch when they're ready. But as of right now, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see if we can crack this stalemate over here. And I actually expected someone to capitulate from this, but I guess that wasn't quite enough for the Communist States of America. These guys will capitulate, and we'll use that as a jumping off point to attack here, is the plan. So we'll have a couple more capitulations likely next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.